Welcome back to Bros N Banter. I got my crew with me today, starting off with my man Kyle.
Yo.
Then I got my boy Zach.
We're back.
And then my boy Ray Ray.
Yo, what up, man?
And then the man, the myth, the legend, Max himself.
That's me. Yeah.
That is him. What is going on, guys? How are we feeling today? Are we doing good? Everyone ready for a good podcast today?
Dude, I'm
Of
always
course.
ready. This is my favorite moment of the week.
On hypes. Let's go.
I'm sure, Raven.
Yeah, Raven, what exactly do you love the most about this podcast?
Dude, I just love hanging out with my friends.
Yeah, but like
always,
specifically about the podcast itself. Like,
Oh, the pod?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I love recording.
Yeah, like you love
Like, I
hanging
love
out,
the whole thing. Like,
giving
yeah,
your
fucking-
input.
I love it
you
all.
know, some hot takes.
Espyn, you
today,
look good.
know. Oh, you know what, Raven, you look good. Raven,
Yeah.
you look fucking sexy.
You mean that?
I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it. First of all,
Dude,
everything I say that comes out of my mouth is 100% like with all meaning. You know.
That's bullshit.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
I mean,
Would you like to elaborate?
Eyes, head, and eyes. Is that what I mean?
Okay, thanks. Okay. Anyways, you know what? I've had this question build up for a while that I've been wanting to ask either of you, and I never really had a good time. And I felt like, you know what, that we do like a whole podcast thing, you know, quirky podcast thing, you know, that we could possibly like, maybe I can bring it up in this thing. So this is like one of my favorite questions. So I'm curious on what you guys are going to say with it. If you ever were to pick 4 people from any point in time who like were on Earth to sit and have dinner with, a full dinner with, who are the 4 people that you would choose? They can be dead, alive, from any time period, at any point.
Can they be fictional?
No, they have to be real people that
Yeah.
existed in the world.
Come back to me.
Yeah, you can't.
I can start with who I would say. Mine is
Four
just to give
people?
you an idea.
Sure.
It's to be 4 people from any point in time. They can be dead or alive. There's no rules. Obviously, they just have to be real people.
How are you going to talk to them if they're dead, though?
Okay, it's Zach. It's Zach. It's not. Anyways, so my 4 would be the first person being Neil deGrasse Tyson,
Mhm.
and then I would have Robin Williams.
Mhm.
I was Stan Lee, because obviously,
Mhm.
and then I would Tupac.
Yeah. Okay.
Those 4 people. Yeah, I feel like having dinner with those 4 people specifically, the random fucking conversations and topics that you would like get on, like you would have Neil going on to like real like scientific, like talk about space with him, you know. I can talk about
All he would talk
music.
about is space.
Yeah, which I would love that, you know. And then
No,
I could
but,
talk.
like, that's all you would talk about the
Yeah,
entire time.
Yeah, and you know, I would pick his brain about everything that like he
Oh,
knows
yeah.
about like space, you know.
Sure.
And then we would have Tupac. I would want to like, you know, Tupac is fucking just Tupac, you know. I want to pick his brain about music, about like his like beliefs and like how he carries himself and type of thing, like what he like how he got to where he was type of thing. Also his thoughts on Biggie Smalls and if he still hates him or not, like does he regret things, you know. Well, I would be talking to him, yeah, like as if like he was alive now, you know.
Yeah,
But that'd be cool to know. Obviously Stan Lee, for like obvious reasons. He kind of like built my childhood, so I would have so many questions about artistic side, about like character sides, about like all this stuff, right? And then Robin Williams, because like he would bring the comedy into like the table talk, you know. He'd be like every now and then he would be like a witty one liner that he'd be like, oh, that's funny, but then he would come some like hard shit, you know.
Sure.
Those are my 4 people. I think the conversations you would have with all 4 of them would be crazy, you know.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think just the interaction between those people will be so interesting just to watch.
Exactly. Like just sit there and be like, how would these guys interact with each other? Yeah, that would be a dream, you know. I probably have, if I could dream, I would dream about that.
I have a question regarding your question.
Yeah, go for it.
So, if this person doesn't speak the same language, is it translated,
Ooh,
or do they
I
just know
I
English?
didn't think about that.
No.
I assume
No translation.
Like, who
no
are you-
translator.
Because
who are you thinking, Zach?
Yeah, wait,
Well-
pause. Are you trying to pick like Hitler or something? Like,
Who are you trying to pick?
well, you see,
were you about to pick Hitler?
maybe.
That's crazy.
Just to pick his brain, you know. Just
He
see what
is
his
an
thought process
influential
is.
person in history. I kinda wanna know-
Hitler for one of my
Yeah, I want to know Hitler. Yeah,
I would.
You
I mean,
wanna
I
know.
would want to like
Interesting
show him my
person.
art. I would love to show him my
No,
art and be
he
like,
doesn't
"What do you
want to see
think?"
your
You know,
fucking art.
he's an artist. He's an artist.
No, but you think if you
Yeah,
bring
the
him
shit he
back,
did in Auschwitz, that
if
was
he
pure
asks the
art.
Jews,
He
okay,
was an
hold on.
artist.
Espyn, if
Yeah,
you bring
yeah.
him back for a conversation,
Uh-huh.
last time he was alive, he
Uh-huh.
cast the Jews and then
Yeah,
offed
yeah.
himself. You think he wants to look at your art now?
But look, he still surely has a passion for art. That's what he first wanted to do. You know, I'm sure he still like painted on the side. You know. But I assume, Zach, to answer your question, I'll say for the sake of the situation, if they don't speak English, we'll say they have a translator that they could
Okay. Okay.
use, you know, so that you could talk to him, you know, obviously. But I don't know. Now I want to know, Zach, who you're for.
Well, I already told you one of them.
Mhm.
Hitler would be one of them. To borrow from you, I mean, this is
Can you
also
explain
because
why though? Can you explain why Hitler?
What do you?
no.
Bro.
Moving
you
on.
Wouldn't?
So
You wouldn't?
I just want to know like your thought process
He's
of
one of the most
why.
interesting men in history.
he is one
Why?
of the most talked about, one of the biggest people in history. I want to know, like, I want to talk to him just to see his like
Because he had the balls to do
vendetta.
Why are you
You know,
guys hyping him
world
up?
wouldn't.
Why are you guys hyping him
Bro,
up?
You guys-
he had
you
a
guys-
dream.
I'm not.
And
I'm
he
saying he's a
pursued it.
horrible person, but I'm saying if like meeting him after all of that would be interesting as fuck.
Absolutely.
Loved your
Because
work.
you would get to know a
No,
side of
because
him
you're
that
the only
nobody
one
else
that-
knows.
who appreciates his work, Raven. Okay.
You appreciate
also-
his work? Is that what you just said?
That's
said-
crazy,
wait,
man.
I said Raven is the only person who appreciates his work.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa,
Whoa,
whoa.
whoa, whoa.
Is this true, Raven? Do you
No, no,
appreciate
no.
what Hitler did?
No,
Do you
no,
appreciate
not at
that,
all.
Raven?
I appreciate his early work, like his art.
His art's badass. Have you
Yeah,
seen like his
yeah.
paintings?
I
He's
don't like
pretty good.
I don't like how much we're glazing Hitler.
Yeah, we shouldn't be doing that. But like, I
but
just
you
want
could
to know
also
like what. Okay, go for it.
you could ask him about his death, and you could find out stuff that nobody else knows about him. Like, I just think there's so much untapped potential there. I think it'd be very interesting to talk about it, and like to see his point of view and his thought process, to understand how his mind works. You know?
Yeah.
that Hitler guy got a lot of potential.
Yeah, that's partially the reason. Okay, all right.
Jesus
Okay, all right.
That's partially the reason why I wanted to say Michael Jackson, just so I could sit down and interrogate him for like if
You
he
would
did
not
it or
be
not.
Did he
interrogating
touch
him if you
Jesus?
had
Michael
dinner with
Jackson.
him.
What?
He
Why?
has to have dinner with me. I want to know, did you do it? Did you touch the kids? I need to know. And you know, also ask him about music.
Also ask him about music too afterwards, but
Who else, Zach? You got Hitler and who else?
I
That's
got
it.
Hitler. I got Robin Williams because my favorite actor, you know,
Yeah,
and because I want to know more in depth about why he ended his life, and
Yeah.
Jesus.
kind of like
No, that's I agree. I
No,
want
no,
to know how you got
because
to that point.
because he's such an outwardly positive and amazing person. Like, I'd want to talk to him about like how he got started, how his like career was, and how it impacted him, and why he made the choices he did.
And if he regretted it,
Um,
you know.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Because he's had like a huge following after his passing, but also like during.
Yeah, his
And
impact
if
is
he was
crazy.
able to see the impact after he was gone, I wonder
Yeah.
if that would like alter his decision. You know?
Yeah, fair enough.
Wait. So what if you like unearth something in him where it's like he breaks down, he's like, yeah, I do regret it. And then after the dinner ends, you're like, all right, back to the grave.
Back to the grave later. that would be sad.
That would be
you know?
unfortunate. Yeah.
Would you be able to stomach that?
Well, I guess we would just try to make the dinner last as long as possible. I guess,
Like, I guess, yeah.
like until he's ready to go.
Are
you
they
know?
aware that they're only going to be conscious for like a meal and then they're dying, or is this just like they have no idea how they got here and they're just here talking?
I'm assuming they're just there, and there's no like logic
Explanation?
to how they got
Yeah, yeah.
there. Or anything. Like, say like you had a genie that just brought him or something. You know,
The
like-
Robin Williams genie.
Yeah, the Robin Williams genie brought in Robin Williams. You know. No,
Fair
actually,
enough,
can we
fair
have it be Will Smith? Just so it's not like weird.
Sure.
Okay.
Well, yeah, sure.
Who else? You got two.
These ones I'm not 100% certain of, but this one might be controversial.
After saying
Jesus.
Hitler.
Okay, and Hitler wasn't.
All right, guys, bear with me now. This was gonna
Yeah.
get crazy.
Osama bin Laden.
Oh,
Someone
no.
you could pick from.
Yeah, no, I
shit,
do
I forgot
Jesus
about
if
him.
that's an option. If that's possible.
Can't recognize his game, bro.
Because, I mean, there was a whole religion founded about the guy. You could talk to him and like get to know
The guy?
who he. Yeah,
Yeah,
Jesus.
I had to break it to you. It's not about Jesus. Like
True.
religion isn't based on Jesus.
Uh-huh.
It's part.
I mean, he's not the sole
Oh,
religion.
I know my last one.
Yeah, Jesus would be interesting.
Jesus for sure, and then Neil Armstrong.
Okay.
Isn't he still alive or is
Yeah, it
Doesn't
could be
fit
some.
the
It could be
mold.
alive.
It could be alive.
Neil Armstrong.
Neil deGrasse Tyson
Because
isn't dead. You know?
First man on the moon, man. That's
That
so.
is true.
That
That's
is
a good
so cool to
point.
talk about. His experience
The
is like
moon's
no
a
other.
fake, Neil. That's what
All
was it?
Neil,
right,
did you go to the
level with
moon?
me. Is it all fabricated? Did you make it up?
what studio
What?
did you guys shoot in? And
Was
see if
it
he
made
slips
out
up?
of cheese? I gotta know. Was it made out of cheese?
But yeah, those are my 4. I feel like all of those could provide very interesting conversations.
Like, I thought you were gonna go the route of saying that I want Hitler, I want Putin, I want Kim Jong Un, and I want
all the
Osama bin
worst
Laden.
people in the world.
I want some of the worst people in the world.
I could fix them.
Well, it's not
Why would
just
I
going to
do
be
that?
like a friendly dinner. You're probably asking them like a lot of like serious questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an interview
yeah.
kind of.
Yeah. Like Osama bin Laden, did you do 9/11? Like, I would ask that, like,
Not personally.
what do you mean personally?
Well, he
Like-
personally did not
Oh,
do.
no shit, he
9/11.
he wasn't in the plane, no.
Yeah, but like he could have orchestrated it, but like he personally would have said, "No, I didn't do it."
I mean, coaches
I
don't
wasn't
play.
there.
No,
Exactly.
You never know. All right, anyone else have their ideas of who else?
Of course.
Max, who you got?
Well, first pick, right? LeBron, of course.
Of course.
The goat.
Of course, LeBron. How could you not have LeBron there?
Mhm.
Second, probably Aaron Rodgers. Is
Aaron Rodgers.
He is a
Football
amazing
player.
Football player.
Quarterback.
One of my favorite football players of all
Seeing a
time.
theme here.
My third one, the hot Jenna, bro.
Jenna Ortega?
Jenna Ortega.
I didnn't think about that. I honestly
Ooh.
did not think about that. I did not
That
even
is
think about it.
Interesting.
Damn.
Number 4.
I'm starting to
Stephen
rethink.
Oh,
I want to pick that man's brain.
That is true.
that's
I wanna
fair.
pick his brain.
I think a good point.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually, well,
Those are my top 4.
So,
didn't
2
Stephen
sports
Hawking
players.
didn't Stephen Hawking go to the Epstein Island?
Yeah,
He was on the flight
you
line.
should ask him about that.
I know. I'm saying it would be interesting.
You
to
could
talk to
ask him
Stephen
about that.
Hawking. But yes, then those are my 4.
What would you ask like those people? Like would you ask them
LeBron?
anything?
No, I would just say LeBron. I've watched my whole life, and you're.
So you just
LeBron
fanboy
He's just
over
the
him?
goat,
You wouldn't
man.
you
That's
wouldn't like
LeBron James, bro.
you wouldn't ask him anything? Like you wouldn't
Of
be
course,
like
I would talk to him eventually. But I'm saying
Yeah.
at first, if I want to be like, oh my god, it's LeBron James.
yeah. But like what conversation you're having an entire dinner with us, man,
don't
you
know.
know? Like what do you want to ask? Like what's your first thing you're asking LeBron?
How does it feel, bro? Playing in the NBA for 20 years and knowing that you're the fucking best player.
Well, MJ was pretty good.
Well, I'm saying the last 20 years.
Okay.
MJ was a big player in the last 20 years.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
I'm saying the last 20 years, LeBron, he got picked from high school. From then on, LeBron has been held to the highest fucking standard out of anybody ever. So I just want to know, like, I must have been hard for him
Yeah. That's
to fucking
interesting.
get all the way up there.
How like the fame got like if it got
And
to him at
then-
all, you know?
I would probably flirt with
Oh, with Stephen Hawking, obviously, right?
no Jenna Ortega.
Oh,
The
my bad.
The
My
entire
bad.
time.
Not
No.
Stephen Hawking.
I would flirt with Jenna Ortega the entire time. So.
Yeah, fair enough. You wouldn't ask her any acting questions? You'd be like,
Nope.
yo,
Nope.
nope.
Wow.
Okay.
Just personal questions.
Yeah, fair enough.
Personal.
Honestly.
Personal shit, you know.
Yeah, Stephen Hawking. What would you ask him?
Why did he go to Epstein Island?
Fair, yeah. Okay.
Didn't even ask him anything like science related, just the
Nothing
FC
else,
shit.
Just tell me what was it like? Who else did you see? Like,
Who else was there?
Who else was on the
That's what
plane,
I would
man?
ask.
You should ask him about his wheelchair.
yeah.
Why?
What about his wheelchair?
Why?
You know, what's it like? You know,
In a wheelchair?
What's it like being paralyzed, man? Let me know, Stephen Hawking.
What's it like being
Forget,
being
like,
able to talk to a
eggs.
computer?
How does it feel being one of the smartest men in the entire world, but you're paralyzed?
Yeah, that is crazy.
yeah.
Like you have the greatest mind, but yet you can't like
You can't
physically
move.
do shit.
You can't move.
Can't have
That
it all,
would be
man.
It's a
Crazy.
trade off. He gave up his body for his mind.
I don't think he gave up his body.
I think his body
No,
was.
he made the
His body
choice.
gave up on him, man.
He gave up on him. Yeah. Damn. All right. Raven, what do you got? You got 4 people?
Give me Hitler, Kanye, Genghis Khan, and Steve Irwin.
Bet 100%.
Kanye would
Now, hold
be
on a
crazy
second.
as Hitler.
Raven, I understand all of them.
Where did
Especially
Genghis
Irwin.
Khan come from, though?
Cause like, how much did you fuck for your DNA to still be like in a certain percentage of Chinese?
Isn't Hitler still too?
I don't know, but Genghis
No,
Khan fucked a lot, and he
um,
has a lot of offspring.
I don't think so.
Hitler only had like I think 3 nephews, and they're all gonna like. There's like a rumor that like all of them are not gonna have any more children to kill the bloodline.
Yeah.
Oh,
Damn,
That's crazy.
that's hard.
power to them.
They wouldn't want to redeem like the name Hitler, you know?
How are you gonna
What?
redeem that, bro?
One of
Bro,
them becomes a really good artist.
Your
Yeah,
Like 100 years in the future,
Your
like, cure
grandfather
cancer.
is known as the worst human ever.
Listen,
How are
hear me
you
out.
gonna redeem
Think
that?
about the comeback story, like his great son or something, or great whatever.
Cures cancer.
Nephew. Not only cures cancer, becomes the president of the United States. You know, brings back all the Jews that they killed. You know.
I don't think that's how that works.
Yeah,
I don't think that Hitler would get hired president.
I don't think a man named Hitler would become president.
Really, you don't think
President
ever?
Hitler? You don't fuck with it?
You don't think that's got a ring to it? You know.
No, not personally.
I don't know, man.
Hmm.
All right, can we move on from the Hitler talks?
Kyle, surely you don't have
on a
Hitler,
serious
right?
note, Raven, do you have any like serious like
That was
people you
it.
would
Oh,
That's
no,
like
no, that's a
those are
list,
your
bro.
4
You gotta-
people you would choose.
Kanye, Hitler, Genghis
Kanye,
Khan,
I can
and
understand.
Genghis Khan and
I mean, seriously, I'd probably switch out
Steve
Genghis
Irwin,
Khan for
what are you talking
Kendrick.
about? That's crazy.
Hitler, Kendrick, Kanye, and who?
Steve
Irwin,
Irwin,
bro.
man.
It's
Steve
fucking
Irwin.
Steve Irwin, bro.
I don't know, that would be an interesting conversation.
I love him, bro.
Do you think Kanye and Hitler would just talk about how much they hate Jews?
They'd chop it up.
That's
Like,
they would chop it up the whole night.
Maybe Kanye sees like, maybe Hitler gets a little too crazy, and Kanye's like, man, I can't be siding with this guy.
Nah, I feel like he would double down.
Mm.
I think he would gain inspiration. You know.
If
He
I
would
want to
somehow-
have
he
good
would-
dinner, then I'd probably switch out Hitler for someone else.
With who?
What's another fucking? Fuck.
Eminem, bro.
I don't want to
Eminem?
ruin it, man. That's worse than
Okay,
Hitler.
yeah.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Might as well just bring
Okay.
Hitler back.
That's crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I'll just bring Hitler back.
Playboy Cardi.
Playboy
That's crazy.
Cardi.
That'd be crazy.
Playboy Cardi, Kanye, Kendrick, and then
Steve Irwin.
Steve Irwin just sitting there.
Steve Irwin would
The
never
goods.
say.
He'd be like, "What the fuck
He's
is
so
wrong
lost.
with you?"
He'd be like, "Why am I fucking here, bro? Why
I,
am I here?"
I feel like if Hitler was there, Kanye would try to like pull out his voice memos and get him to do like a 9-bar real
Samples.
quick. Yeah, you know, like
That
a
would
quick
be
9-bar.
awesome, That'd be sick as fuck.
What is
a Hitler feature,
a
bro.
Hitler
Hitler feature on a track, bro?
on a Kanye bar? That'd be crazy.
That'd be crazy.
Well, it would be something, that's for sure.
All right, Kyle. Surely you don't have Hitler in your lineup, right?
Yeah, right. Surely not.
I'm someone like sort of like related to him.
Like Hitler.
What?
Okay. Is
I
it
was gonna
Stalin?
say- I was gonna say
No,
Joseph
no.
Stalin.
Stalin.
Damn.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
To be
Stalin,
fair-
Man's a fucking pussy.
He
That
Yeah,
man's a pussy.
I think Stalin actually killed more people than Hitler.
killed more than
Yeah.
Hitler, but Hitler's
then-
more well known.
And then he switched, and they were like, "Oh, well, you switched, so
So you right.
Yeah.
You know, you're cool now.
you're all cool now." This is the dumbest shit ever.
we fuck with you now.
Yeah, he killed millions of people.
Like, yeah, I always hear that like the Eastern Front of World War II, like the Soviet Union versus Germany, was like the bloodiest battle or the
Literally.
bloodiest part of the war.
If literally, if it wasn't for Germany, like flipping on them, we would have been fucked.
You think so?
No, yes, 100%.
So like if the Soviet Union was
The
neutral
biggest
and
part
then
of the war, Wongster, was them going after Russia, and when Russia flipped on them, it was over. Basically over.
Pretty much.
So like, if they did not invade Russia, they would have won.
So we got lucky.
Yeah, we could.
Well,
Unless
unless
100%.
unless they decide to just to nuke Germany.
That's true. I don't think we had nukes at that time. Did we?
We were
They were
Yeah.
like
Working
they were
on
yeah
it.
they're like
didn't.
they're coming up.
Yeah, we were working on them during the time.
Damn. Well,
So
Kyle, who else you got other than Stalin?
Okay,
Who's
I got, I
your other three?
got all right. So I got Abraham Lincoln.
Okay.
Asking about the
Uh,
slaves.
That's what, oh yeah, but the slaves he freed, and
Love that guy.
like
My
how
man.
to feel getting assassinated.
What was it like when the bullet pierced your skull?
I have the
Jesus.
pistol from it.
You have the pistol?
Yeah,
What do you
How
mean
do you
by that?
The
have
first
the
copy of it?
I bought a I bought a I bought a replica pistol at the White House of the one
Of the
that
one
murdered Abraham
killed
Lincoln.
him?
Yeah,
Why would they
Damn.
sell that at the
'cause it's a piece of
White House?
history.
They killed our
Abraham
president.
Lincoln was born on the same day as me, so I wanted to buy the pistol that killed him.
Oh my
Okay.
god!
Is
How
it like
much
a
was it?
working? Is it like an actual pistol or is it like a
I
like
haven't.
plastic?
I don't know. It's like an actual like a pistol.
You know how
Oh,
poetic would be
so-
low key though to like.
If I shot somebody else,
No, I'm
Oh,
saying
you
died.
you died with
What?
it, you know.
I'm kidding. If I
Damn.
could
How much
bookend
was
it, what
this?
is it? I bought it like 2 years ago, so it was like 300 something.
Damn.
Jesus.
Damn, for
How
a
come I've never
replica?
seen this?
Yeah, I
I'm
would have
pretty
paid
sure I
300
showed
for
it to you
the
before.
actual gun.
I'm pretty sure I showed
The
it to
real
you.
one.
I don't think so. I don't
Oh,
remember.
If not, I'll
Oh,
wait.
I've seen it. I've seen it many times.
You,
Up close and personal.
Yeah, he pointed at you.
Podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you guys will show me it.
All
Kyle,
right.
who else? Who else you got?
then I was gonna say Bruce Lee.
Okay.
I thought about Bruce Lee.
Yeah,
Of course.
Bruce Lee,
My man named
and
Bruce.
obviously his son Brandon as well.
You put Brandon in there with him?
You
Yes,
put Brandon with him?
He's like, yep, hey,
Damn.
Dad.
Hey, Dad.
Wait,
Sorry,
you're here, man? Dad?
dude. That I feel like it would get so like sad. You know,
What?
like
They both died.
Yeah,
and
you guys are
say,
having like
learn
crazy
about it.
dinners.
yeah, like the dinner. I feel like those two would just be like, dude, you're
Kyle
telling me
gets jealous.
you're telling me Robin Williams would be sad about going back alive. You're not to take away the son and father dynamic.
Yeah, you're bringing them back
Yeah.
together, and then you're just
taking him
putting
away.
Sad back in the grave again.
Is Bruce Lee? Bruce Lee's dead.
Yes, he's dead.
Right. Yeah.
he died
Oh, I was
50
thinking
years
Jackie
ago.
Chan. Jackie Chan's still alive, right?
Yeah.
Jackie
He's still
Chan's
alive.
Damn,
Wow.
that'd be interesting.
How'd you mix them up?
Okay. Okay, listen. Bruce Lee's a actor.
Oh, right,
Uh,
right.
Yeah, you know, they're both.
He was
Yeah.
not
actors.
just he's not just an actor.
He was
Man
a
was
legend.
a martial. He was a
a
martial
martial-
arts specialist, bro.
That's correct.
Yeah, but so was
Mhm.
Bruce Lee, and you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyways.
those all sound like actually really interesting dinners, honestly.
Yeah, those would all be
Some
for
sadder than
all
others.
very different reasons. Very interesting.
True.
What
think
what
I
would you
would-
ask them, Kyle? Like, would you have any specific questions for everyone?
Probably like let's see, for Stalin, probably like so.
I forgot he was
Burn
there.
all your
What?
crops, Stalin.
So why'd you kill over 20 million of your citizens?
he burned all of their fucking their like fucking like plants and shit.
Hey, man, you gotta
During,
do
like,
what you
the
gotta do.
winter.
You know.
During
Hey,
the
he had a
winter,
vision. He saw it
He
through.
burned their fucking whole plants. It was so fucked up, dude.
Yeah. Good thing we weren't there for that time.
Oh,
No,
man. If you
Wow.
were like serving in the Red Army of the Soviet Union, there was like a very, very low chance of you surviving.
Yeah, he basically was Hitler, but with his own people.
Yeah.
You gotta
Man.
respect it.
Honestly, that's
I don't like
commitment.
I don't like that.
Oh,
I
yeah,
really-
Yeah, I don't know.
does it,
I don't
it's a
know. Yeah.
problem.
What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
What do you
To
mean?
be honest, I think Stalin's more
He was worse.
intimidating. Yeah, he's definitely a lot worse.
He's
More
way
intimidating
worse.
than Hitler.
He was way worse.
He
than
killed like
Hitler.
4 times as much.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Wait,
He got set free, bro.
What would you ask Bruce
So-
and Brandon?
Just about like the work, like all the movies they've made before tragic passings.
Yeah, I think I would ask Brandon like if he was happy with the way like The Crow and like turned out because obviously he never got to like see the final product. So I'd be like, Brandon Lee, the person who plays The Crow, he died on set of The
So
Crow.
so during the dinner, you're
never
gonna
seen
make
The
him
Crow.
watch the movie where he died.
No, I'm sure.
I've never seen The Crow.
We're assuming that like dead
He's dead, he
people
can't see it.
are still like active after like afterlife. You know, we're still
So,
assuming.
do you think there's an afterlife?
Ooh.
But let's not get into that. On the pod, I don't think.
If there was an afterlife, I would assume they could like see things that are going on in our world. Like they can like
So we're just assuming there's an afterlife in this scenario.
in the scenario. Well, obviously there has to be, or else how would we bring them back? You know.
Uh,
So we're
Yeah.
assuming with this context there is an afterlife.
That makes sense.
But
So
I would
Espyn,
be, I'd be like, are you happy with the way it ended? Did it end the way you wanted? Like
He's like, fuck
if you-
no.
He'd be like, nah, I died for that
That
shit.
shit.
And that was
That shit was ass, bro.
That
Yeah,
shit was
that movie
horrible.
gets so much praise, you know. And
Hmm.
God, they're going to ruin it
Never
with the
seen that.
remake. You ever seen the
Are you
original
gonna
Crow?
No.
You gotta watch it.
Have you-
As a
are you
horror
gonna-
movie person, I thought you would.
There's a lot
The
of
Crow's
movies that
The Crow's not really a horror movie.
It's based on a horror comic.
It's a thriller. It's
Yeah.
a thriller.
It's a thriller. Yeah.
But you gotta.
is there
watch it, bro.
anybody that you thought should have been brought up but wasn't Espyn?
I assume I was.
Heath, bro.
Heath Ledger. I almost said,
Heath
but
Ledger.
I opt for Stan Lee over Heath Ledger just because Stan Lee's I feel like is a little bigger of an impact.
I don't see you
in
have
my
a
life.
Stan Lee tattoo.
I'm gonna soon, asshole.
I
It's
don't
in
see
my
you
plan.
have-
I'm getting the glasses at
I don't see
some
the Stan
point.
Lee tattoo, bro. I'm
Shut
just
up.
saying.
Shut up. Anyways, I asked a bunch of people this before, and one like common answer I got was the first ever caveman, like the first person ever.
Ooh, wait, you couldn't talk to them.
No,
Bro,
no,
you just rip your face off.
but it'd be intriguing to see like the difference between like evolution wise.
Probably.
No.
Uh-huh.
But I've seen a lot of that. I expected like people like Kanye and all that stuff.
Fucking Hitler.
I wasn't expecting Hitler.
Really, that's interesting.
That's
Really?
Really? Was Zach here?
I would inspect.
You know what? I
would
wouldn't.
expect
I should have realized since Zach is here. I
Yeah,
should have
you
realized
should.
Hitler was
What
gonna be
does
brought
that mean?
Hitler.
He was your
man. The
first
way you're
pick.
gassing him
up.
up.
He was your
He was
first
your
round
first
You were
draft
good at
pick.
gassing him
Your
too.
first overall pick.
Well,
No.
What?
Well,
we're gonna find that.
well,
Listen, hey, he was very famous, you know.
Yeah, not
for
good
millions
reason.
of people.
Not
So?
famous. Famous is not the right word. Infamous.
Infamous, yeah. Infamous.
You know what? That's a good point. Speaking on famous things,
Oh, here we go.
Wow.
I want to know your thoughts on being famous, in the sense of like.
I'm not famous.
Hate
I,
it.
I know.
None of
on
us are
sense
famous.
of like,
Let
okay, let me
me
ask
tell you,
my
man.
question. Your sense of like, if you were famous, how famous would you want to be? Would you ever want to be famous? Is there a level of famous like that you'd be okay with? Like, there's famous like obviously like Kanye level famous. There's famous like Markiplier, Jacksepticeye kind of famous. There's like, you know,
I was
Taylor
levels.
Swift famous.
yeah, Taylor Swift
It
famous.
would be like Marshmallow.
Target famous.
You know what I'm saying?
Marshmallow.
Yeah.
Oh,
And, like, the
that's a
sense where
good
they don't-
level.
It was maybe it'd be like Marshmallow.
I feel like because you wouldn't recognize Marshmallow, you know, in real.
Yeah.
I think that's how I'd want it.
I would like to be famous up until the point of where like there's paparazzi everywhere and I'm getting like interrupted every like hour, you know?
So you want to get
Like-
famous up to when you're actually famous.
Yes.
because
You're gonna be like social media famous.
There is famous people online, but in public they don't get like disturbed or like, oh my god, and run over for pictures and stuff. I don't
Yeah,
want
yeah.
like constant nagging to where I can't live a normal life.
Maybe like
Is that
every
still-
now and then it's like, hey, you're that guy. Can I get a picture? It's like, all right, yeah. Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I would want to
Yeah,
be
like-
famous for my name. Like say like everyone would know the name,
Like Banksy.
but nobody would know
that.
like what I would look like. Like they wouldn't know me if I passed by them on the street, but they would if they heard the
Okay.
name, they'd be like, "Oh, I know that guy.
Oh, you're
type of thing.
ravioli.
Oh, you're ravioli. Yeah,
Ravioli.
I know you. Shit, like
I know ravioli games.
like you know
Like
this guy's toast.
Michelangelo?
I love that one
you know
video.
this guy's toast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like if you saw him walk down the street, like you wouldn't.
know
I feel like we probably would because
I
we're
know
obviously
this
like
guy.
we're that generation who watched
I
him.
wouldn't.
But I feel like average people, if they watched, like they saw him down the street, they wouldn't like see him. But if you're like, oh, that's this guy's toasted streamer, you'd be like, oh,
So you want to be
definitely
like an
heard of him.
online influencer.
Gotcha.
I don't know how I'd want to be famous, but I just rather just the name.
Like not
Like,
like
hold the
movie
weight.
star famous, like internet
Nah,
celebrity
definitely
famous.
not. Definitely. Oh, I would hate to be like at any point where it disrupts my privacy.
To where you can't go out in public.
Yeah, I feel like that's
Yeah,
too much
people
for
would,
me.
would probably have to like wear hats or
Tell
like
me,
wear
bro.
sunglasses, try to like hide their
Just be
face.
Marshmallow, bro.
If I have to walk around with a bodyguard or a group of people of bodyguards everywhere I go, I feel like I would hate that, you know?
Yeah.
But
So nobody wants to just be like the most famous person with like crowds of people.
I'll
no one wants to
do
be
it.
the Rock level famous.
I'll do it. I don't care.
Yeah, you would be like Rock.
Yeah.
You think you could handle it?
Yeah, man, I could handle it.
Yeah.
If you were that level of famous, would you avoid going outside of your house?
Well, he doesn't go
Yeah,
outside of his
I
house.
would avoid
anyway.
that.
doesn't go
Yeah,
outside of his
that's
house
my
anyways.
tactic. I would do that.
He
Yeah,
doesn't
that's,
go outside of his house anyway.
Yeah.
He
He does that regardless
You know
if he
what?
was famous.
That's a good point, Zach. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, of course.
Change it all, Zach.
yeah.
Yeah, you get the fame and the money out of it.
I'll just be
Hey,
doing it
perfect.
in like a fucking 18-story home.
Yeah, fair enough.
Would you
you just have a
be,
mansion,
like-
you know?
Would you guys be cool with like stopping what you're doing and like a fan walked up to you and asked for like a picture or an
Raven
autograph?
would be like,
No, I'd
Yeah,
punch him in their face.
No, Raven wouldn't. I know Raven wouldn't do it.
What?
Raven would not
Raven.
take a picture with somebody there.
It depends on how they do it.
You mean by
Like,
how?
So Raven,
Or like, so
if a little girl walked up,
I'm punting her.
He's punching in the face.
he's
What?
gone, bro. No,
Gone.
Nah,
Kyle.
realistically, I just, real quick, my signature is dog shit. I'll just, make a little R and then just dip.
yeah,
My signature.
yeah.
You just bring one of those like those
The
stamps.
I stamp her forehead.
Here you go, kid.
You are
Whack.
Raven certified.
That's funny. It depends on how they ask for the autograph. I feel like if I'm sitting out dinner with like family and they're coming over like disrupting like me like spending time with my family and stuff, I feel like I'd be less obligated like wanting to help it. If they ask like really really kindly, that's one thing. But like say like I'm taking a piss in the bathroom and someone walks up and like as I'm taking a piss, yo dude,
Yo,
can I
selfie.
get your autograph, bro?
Yo, Espyn, I want to get a picture, bro.
Like I definitely wouldn't. I would be like,
It's just
Bro,
respect
imagine
at the
you're
end of
on
the
the
day.
urinal
Yeah.
and they walk up and take a selfie with you.
On the urinal would be crazy.
yeah, just take a pic of the dick.
Ask for a retake, like, yo, get my tiny little shit in there, bro.
Yeah, let me get at least get like some worth out of it, you know.
I think
Yeah.
that I would try and be as willing as possible, like pictures, autographs, whatever. As long as it's not like, I guess it depends on the situation, right? Like,
Sure.
if it's something where I am like extremely like into what I'm doing, or if it's like with close family or something, I might be like, give me like 5 minutes or something.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
as long as they're not like interrupting and rude,
See, but the thing is, like, I know you, and you're kind of like what we would call like a people pleaser type of person. I
Yes.
feel like you
Who's
wouldn't be able to say
I'm an empathetic
no.
person.
Zach's a people pleaser?
That's why I said most of the time I'd probably be yes, but if they're like rude and like ignorant and stuff, I might be
Yeah.
like, nah.
Or colored.
Or colored,
What? No.
or Jewish,
No. Listen,
No,
I
no,
have
we get
no
what you're saying,
ties
man.
to Kanye and Hitler.
Yeah, they have to be certain people, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
No,
we get what you're
that's what I'm
saying, man.
saying.
We get you.
Damn, Zach, is that how you feel, Zach?
Not in the slightest. All right, Kyle, what do you think?
Yeah, I think so I would be cool with like autographs and signatures as long as they're like not too rowdy.
Mm-hmm. What level
like-
famous would you want to be? Like, what level?
A little famous. Ooh.
Like, how famous do you want to be?
Probably
I
like
want to be way too famous.
yeah. And then you'll probably have like every little thing you do, if it's like bad, then it'll be like on like tabloids and stuff, and people will be talking
Are you
about
doing
it.
bad things, Kyle?
No.
Well,
But
I
like,
don't-
have you ever seen like those like things where like people like do something that like looks bad, but then people like take it out of proportion?
Oh, Kyle makes a great point. I want to be a nobody. I don't want to be famous at all.
Why, Zach? You got stuff you're
Yeah.
hiding?
Stuff to hide, Zach?
No.
What's going on?
No, but I don't want false like stories and
Oh.
like drama and
So
like
you think you
constant.
wouldn't be able to handle like the media?
No, not at all.
Hmm.
I would have to
The
pay someone
media
to
will-
take care of the media.
Yeah, the media would tear him to shreds.
Oh, Zach would get teared to shred for sure. Actually, I don't think so. I think a lot of people would like I think he'd be that person that like everyone would end up like really liking type of thing, or like have like pity,
Oh.
you know.
Wait, well, hold on a
Yeah,
second.
because
You
like
just said
pity,
something
because like
nice, and then you
he's a
took
little
it
fucking
back. What the
baby.
hell?
Like,
Did you like?
You know,
Alright.
like
Oh,
they
it's
like, oh,
sad.
he's so cute. Look at
It's
him.
Zach.
Look at
No, I was
him.
gonna say thank you a second ago, but screw you.
Oh, look at Zach. He looks
Oh,
so nice
Zach.
today.
Like, look at the way he laughs.
Treat you like an autistic famous person.
Bro, oh my god.
Ah,
He'd be like,
yeah,
Danny. What's his name? Danny DeVito. You know, or like, or like
Oh,
Jack
God.
Black, or like Jack Black for
Zach
like
would not
everything they
be
do.
Jack
They're like,
Black.
oh,
That's
he's
awesome.
Zach
you
would
know,
go, skadoosh.
good douche.
All right. That
Or
yes, I don't want to be famous.
not at all. Like
At all? Not
Nope.
a single bit.
I want to be
Well,
Marshmallow Bro. That's all Zach. Zach
I
doesn't want to be
yeah,
anything.
nah. I want to be nobody.
just like okay.
I
that's
want
what I've
someone to
been
hear my name and be
saying.
like, who?
What was that?
I want someone to say my name and they'll be like, who?
Who the fuck are you talking about?
Who?
Never heard of him.
Isn't that guy who likes Hitler?
Kanye?
Oh, you.
Anyways, no, you, Zach. We're talking about you.
It's not yay, bro.
Yeah, well,
I
Ye
don't
was
like Hitler.
You.
you and Ye got
Raven
something
also
in
said
common.
Hitler.
You.
Yeah, but he
you
took him
Ye
out.
got-
He eventually
you
took him
and
out of
Ye
the
got
conversation.
something.
You kept
Yeah,
Hitler in.
things got a little too hot.
All right.
Just like not too famous to where you'll have like people following you like to your address and then like stalking you.
Yeah,
That's pretty bad.
yeah. I feel like there's a level. There's definitely a white like a line that you would be drawing. Well, I don't really have a segue for this next question. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was trying to really try to think of one as we were talking. But so I'm just gonna straight up ask this question. It's very off topic.
No,
What?
you don't have to announce you don't have a segue. You
Yeah,
I
just
know,
ask
but
it.
Just
I
bring
like
it
having
up.
segues, and I just realized I had no segue. Fuck you.
So guys, I
Let
actually
me-
fumbled
let me
here, so I'm
host.
just gonna say straight up.
Let me host. Let me host. Okay.
Please.
Okay. So the other day, I live in Tucson. I don't know if Zach you heard about this. I was at work and someone told me one of our managers comes up to me and goes, "Yo, did you hear about the drone that was flying across Tucson?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Oh, there was a drone that apparently like the police were trying to follow, and like it was like military grade drones that were like flying faster than we like currently have technology of." And they were tracking it, and it was like looping in circles. Like it was like it was doing like a loop around like Tucson, like in certain areas. And he was like, "That's strange." And I was like, "There's no way that's like not military stuff. Like that has to be like military things, or like there's no way we don't have that technology if that's like just around, right?" So we got into like a whole like talk of like conspiracies and like if we believe in certain conspiracies and stuff. So I was curious on if you guys have any conspiracy theories that you kind of low key believe in, that you kind of like maybe that is true.
The moon
or-
landing is fake.
Okay.
Yes.
Been
100%,
saying.
bro.
Okay. All right.
I've been saying that shit. Bro.
You want to do this? You really want to do this?
What are you
9/11
gonna pull
is
out of your
real.
bag here?
Why haven't we gone back, bro?
We
Yeah, why
okay,
haven't we gone back?
I'm pretty sure we have gone back.
Were you
Humans
there?
have
No.
gone back.
Humans have not gone back, but we
But why
have
not?
Oh,
Land
why
is-
haven't humans gone back, Espyn?
Why
Hold on,
haven't humans
because-
gone back?
because
it was
that's
real.
so much money. You know how much money it's cost to do that? And the only reason we
Elon
did it in the
Musk has
first
all that
place
money.
is because we were trying to beat the Russians from doing it first.
There's only
But what-
12 people that
but
have
we
been
lost.
on the moon.
What are the chances? We made a fake moon landing video to beat the Russians to put it at peace.
But the Russians still ended up going.
I don't know, bro.
No, a
like-
Russian dog went.
No,
Yeah,
Ru-
Now the
Russian
monkey
dog
went,
and
bro.
Sputnik went, bro.
Russians
Sputnik
have
went.
been on the moon too. I'm pretty sure China
Well,
has as well.
there's only been 12 people on the moon.
Yeah,
And I'm one of them.
and I'm sure
Are you?
they
one
would.
of them?
Are you one of them, Raven?
Yep.
And like the moon. How would the moon landing be faked?
Green screen.
Like
A green screen?
they didn't have that technology back then.
They made the
They
Matrix,
could've-
man.
They could have figured it out.
They weren't that smart
It's
with
not that
technology
hard.
back then.
It's
So
not
you're
that
telling
hard.
me they're not
Yeah.
smart enough to make a little movie, but they're smart enough to get on the moon?
bro.
That's the
Come on,
dumbest thing you could
Espyn.
say there.
Come
When did they
on.
go on the
There's no
moon?
way.
When did they go to the moon?
Never.
I don't
What
know.
year?
That's what I'm saying, they never did.
1969.
1969.
They never
Okay.
did, Espyn. That's a
Russians. I have news. Russians have neither
News.
orbited nor landed on the moon.
And who's been on the
That's
moon?
not
Who?
real,
What?
bro.
What countries have been to the moon? Because I know there's been.
U.S., Russia,
China.
China,
No, Russia
and
has.
huh?
Russia has not.
Shit, I'm gonna do some
What do you
real
mean
quick
Russia has
looking.
not?
Much
usually
What
respect, man. Me and Max have been trying to tell y'all.
That's what I'm saying.
Have
It's been this way for a
been
minute, bro. That's
to
all
the
I'm saying.
moon?
According
It's been this
to
way for a minute, dude.
Wikipedia,
Oh,
Oh, you're trusting Wikipedia.
come on.
I just read it out loud.
Why would you
Let's see
say
what
according to
Espyn finds.
Wikipedia?
According to Wikipedia.
It does say that the Soviet Union, United States, Japan, Europe, and then the European Space Agency, China, India, Italy, South Korea, Russia,
That is way
Mexico
too many.
have
That's more than
all
12.
Too many
had
people.
they've all had missions to the moon and have been
Oh.
conducted by following nations and organizations.
But have they
That
stuck
is
on
more
it?
than 12 countries. So that
How many
cannot be
flags
true.
are on the moon?
It says, okay, hold on.
That
So,
could be bullshit.
United States has landed on, has sent 11 landers
Espyn, you're
to
a
the
space
moon.
guy. You should know this.
USSR has
Oh,
had
okay.
7. India has had 1, and Japan has had 1.
Cap.
Cap, honestly.
So you think
all
all
fake.
those people have been like combined lying
It's all a
together?
conspiracy.
Exactly. That's
Why would they lie about that exactly?
Because they
What
want
do they
cool
gain from that?
points.
Yeah, and
They want
they
girls to
want
think they're
everybody
cool,
to
man.
know that we went to the moon, but they really didn't.
But-
To bring up hopes out after the war. It was just to raise everyone's like excitement.
That doesn't do anything for us. Like it doesn't. We don't gain anything from going to the moon. It was just something we did.
It's a show of power to say
is.
that like
Yeah.
that country is
That's why
Just to be like, yeah, we got it
dominates
like
the
that.
other one.
It's the reason why
It was the
a
space
race
race.
to the moon. It was a race to the
Yeah.
moon to see
Yeah,
who could
it
get
was
there
a-
first.
Yeah, it was a race during the
It
Cold
was,
War.
it was a big thing. So what are the odds that they made a fucking fake moon landing so that they could win the race?
Listen, we've seen 12 people walk on the moon. We've seen it
In
happen.
Hollywood studios.
And
What do you mean in Hollywood
Convincing.
studios?
It could be convincing in Hollywood.
They just took pictures and like
right. I don't actually believe that it's a conspiracy. I think it's real.
I do.
But
that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy that you believe that. But
It's not real, bro.
I do believe actually in the Bermuda Triangle, though.
I do too. I think that's real.
What exactly do you believe in when it comes to
That
area and that you can't get lost in.
that
just once you
there's
go
a-
in, you can't get out?
Exactly.
it's a dead zone. Oh, well, actually, has anybody gone in and made it out?
Yes, Mr. Beast made a video about
Mr.
living
Beast went in the Bermuda
about
Triangle.
living 24
I
hours in
don't
it.
trust-
That is
Yeah,
not
that's-
true.
He
I
did.
don't
He
trust
Oh,
did
you
it.
mean Jimmy?
That is not true.
Jimmy,
bro.
you didn't
That
see
is not
Jimmy did that, bro?
That is not true.
I
It
did not
is.
see
You're
He
that.
telling me
literally
Jim Jam went
wins.
to the Bermuda Triangle?
You're
I
telling
think
me
that
You're telling me Jimmy went in and out of the Bermuda Triangle?
that's
people
crazy.
have been to the Bermuda Triangle.
I think that it doesn't mean that nobody can escape. It's just there's a very, very high chance that you won't
You
escape
die.
it.
So Mr. Beast got lucky. Went to the Bermuda
He's
Triangle.
rich. Of course he got
Got
lucky.
and then he uploaded the video for people to see.
Also, I have another conspiracy theory, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's no way. Lynn Keller flew a fucking plane. No way.
what now?
Oh, yeah.
There's no, yeah, you're telling me.
There are articles that say that Alan Keller flew a fucking plane, and there is no way in
The
hell
PR
that
team
that
goes
bitch
crazy.
flew a fucking plane.
Who's that?
You don't know
She
who
was-
Helen Keller is?
blind and
Helen
deaf.
Keller
You know who
is?
Helen Keller is?
Crazy.
No.
She was blind and deaf, and she wrote a couple
Yeah.
books.
And now there are stories out that that bitch flew a plane while being
I mean,
blind
it's-
and deaf.
That is feasible because think about it. What if somebody
not
got into the
feasible,
air?
Jack.
Hold on. What if somebody got into the air, said, "Here, sit in the pilot seat," had her just hold it straight forward, maybe do a turn or something, and then switch back
He
pilots?
said that she took off and was
Oh,
gliding
that's
in the air.
bullshit. Then yeah, definitely not. That's fabricated.
There's no way.
I don't know if they said that she did it. I mean,
That's been, you believe anything, so
if she said she did it,
yeah.
Just
Tupac is
as
alive.
heard of taking
People-
over.
oh, honestly, I believe that.
Tupac
He's
is
alive,
alive.
I believe
He's
Tupac's
alive and
alive.
kicking, bro.
You know?
alive and kicking.
Like, along with that, you like to hear the theory about like Michael Jackson never actually died either.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
gone.
And then, bro,
Like how, like you
for
didn't see
real,
the,
bro.
you saw a conspiracy of like where he like got surgery on his face and like completely changed the way he looked.
Dude, he
And
just
there's
got a
like
nose job.
no. Like,
He's had a nose
when he
job.
died, like there was someone who like went on. I think I don't remember what talk show, but he sounded just like MJ. Had almost the same like facial structure, but like it was a little different,
I don't
and
know
he
what
was
you're
bald
talking
and shit. And everyone was like, "Oh, that's MJ." And like,
I don't know
Until
what
the
you're talking
MJ
about.
stepped out of the
I have
spotlight
never
just to
seen
step
that
back in the
before.
spotlight.
As a random guy.
You know,
Yeah.
like people can be born looking like other people. You know.
nah.
But they did a ton of
He
plastic
sounded-
surgery,
He sounded just like him though.
They
impersonation.
have a similar voice.
Do you think that biopics are just documentaries?
What do you think?
With the artists
With
are
the
still
artist?
there, who are still there?
That would be crazy. You guys hear about the Princess Diana stuff?
No.
What?
She got
About how
killed.
she's been dead.
Yeah.
No.
In a car crash.
I know, but like she was dead long before they announced that she was dead.
I've
You
heard
see, like,
that,
that
theory.
stuff.
Why would
Or,
they?
like-
Like,
Like-
how late?
Well, it was like I don't
Like,
I
so
don't know the
announced-
exact thing, but
So they announced. I know that they announced that she died in 1997.
yeah, but I remember I saw a thing where like they were protested thinking that she was already dead, and they were like, "No, she's not dead. Here's a picture of her," and then they just showed like it was so obvious that it was like a fake photo of her, like her hands were all weird and shit, like it didn't look like it was her. You didn't see any of that shit?
I did.
I think you're making it up.
I don't think I've
No.
ever heard this theory. Conspiracy theory.
I'm
I think
saying
you're
I
capping.
saw it, but he's making it up.
Yeah, I saw that. There's rumors that like she died way earlier than she actually was, or same with the Queen, like Queen Elizabeth. Like you
Man.
see like the holograms and shit of like what looked like to be holograms of her
Yeah,
before she died.
You know,
I've
AI
never
can do crazy
seen that.
things.
Yeah.
They always love keeping the bad bitch down.
Okay.
Raven.
What
Also-
else? What else is
Also,
there?
wait,
What's
also,
the-
Zach, did I just hear you say that
Oh, I got a
9/11
good one.
wasn't real?
Do you?
Oh, was?
I mean, technically, none of us were there to witness it.
Oh,
do we
yeah,
really
I
know?
mean, What proof do you really have?
Were you there, Kyle?
What wasn't real?
It's all a
9/11.
sham. 9/11.
Yeah, no.
It's all a show.
It was all Bush, bro.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
but no, there's no. Did it happen
It
though?
was
is what I'm
all
asking.
George Bush, bro. It was
Are we
all
sure
George
it
Bush.
happened?
I have the fucking the idea of it happening.
There's so many videos, bro. Every day I feel like there's a new angle.
Yeah.
It said one more angle of this
It
second plane hitting
it
the
did
World
happen,
Trade Center.
but
On the second
it
plane.
was a conspiracy because it was purposely
George
detonated.
Bush, dude. That's all I'm
you
saying.
know, you know about the bird theory?
The
Birds
bird
aren't real,
theory?
bro.
How birds aren't
No.
real?
Birds aren't real. Birds are not real.
Kyle, do you believe
They're
in birds?
drones.
Birds are spies, bro.
Kyle,
Birds
do you
are
believe in
spies from
birds?
The government.
What? Say it
Do
again.
you believe in pigeons? Do you believe in birds?
The birds are real.
Those are real.
They're not real, bro.
Uh,
They're
not
they're
real.
They're drones by the government.
drones.
drones.
Yeah, the drones.
Uh,
The government uses
Ah.
birds to spy on us, Kyle.
Like,
yeah.
The government puts cameras in drones of birds and have them spy on us.
Then what about like birds and pigeons before that kind of technology was invented?
Well, those were around, obviously.
They've had
but
this
then they took
technology
them.
for a long
But those
time.
weren't around, obviously.
But obviously they were around, and then they took them. Every single bird was taken one night,
And
and
they
we
made
were
them
all
into drones.
sleeping, and then they made them into drones. Yeah.
If a
To
bird on a
prove
planet-
this wrong, you have to take a bird and dissect it
No,
live.
because they put such small cameras in them that you wouldn't even see with a naked eye.
So what? Use like a microscope?
I think you're
Nah.
a nutcase.
No, it's true. It's true.
Birds aren't real, bro.
Birds aren't real, bro. Also, did you hear about like how like hobos are like paid actors?
No.
All right, let's move on.
Seriously.
No. I want to hear this one. What?
Espyn knows way too many theories.
You know, listen. Okay, hear me
Very
out.
very stupid theory.
I've never
Yeah.
seen a hobo when I'm not around.
What does that mean?
What? What the
I
hell you mean by
think-
that?
I think
You're
hobos
not around.
are paid actors. They're always the same people you see every time. Like I've seen the same hobos. I think
So
they are
let's
paid
say-
there.
Hold on,
I
hold
think
on.
they're paid to
Mhm.
like actors to sit there and act like
Do you-
hobos,
For what benefit?
Yeah. Did you start
get
that?
money.
Did you start that?
No, it's this is a conspiracy.
So if you go to California and you see
Uh-huh.
hobos, and you come back to Arizona and you see a hobo, are you gonna say that's the same person?
No, they're like sectioned. You know,
You
like they do
started
rotate.
by saying, "I've never seen a hobo when I'm not there."
Yeah, if I've never
Does
seen
the
a
world
hobo
revolve around
when
you?
I'm not around.
When you're not around, how would you see a hobo?
You can't.
Exactly.
Yeah, what the hell?
No, because that's not possible.
Let me look up
That
that.
makes no
Hear me out.
sense.
They
That
have
made no
rotating.
sense.
They have rotating quadrants of hobos, right? Like you know you have like every now and then you'll see a hobo.
Quadrants.
You'll see a hobo standing out at like an intersection, and they have like a bag, and they like. You ever seen like one change out of clothes that like they look like they have nice clothes, and then they change into like dirty clothes, and make themselves look like they're actually like hobos.
I think
What?
you're just crazy.
You've never seen that
never
happen?
seen
I've seen
that.
that happen multiple times of hobos that like
I think you're
look
crazy.
like actually like they look like normal people. They put their bag down, they change into good like dirty clothes, and then they stand with a sign to get more money, right?
Just
They're
scammers,
hoping-
Espyn.
they're-
They're
oh,
just
then
scammers.
No,
Then-
that's
then
what they
that's just-
want you to think.
Then
They're
just
paid actors.
No, then they're just panhandlers.
No, they paid actors to get your money to give to the government.
I think you have trust issues.
And,
That has
you have a lot of
major trust issues.
You have
no,
a
this
lot
is
of
the real
trust
thing,
issues.
guys. Next time you see a hobo, just
The
know that
only thing I agree with you on is that birds aren't real.
birds are not real and hobos aren't real either.
No, hobos aren't real. They're just fucked up homeless people.
All right, I want to know your general take because this is an actual one, a general take. Last one. Do you believe in the Illuminati?
Yes,
Do you think the Illuminati is real? Do you think there's
yes.
like something controling
I do.
everything?
There is something within the government, but I don't think it's as big as the Illuminati and what we are seeing.
I hope if I ever become famous, wink, wink, the Illuminati
Wink,
doesn't ever like speak to me. You know.
I hope
Yeah,
they would talk to me a lot. I'm a great candidate.
Me
I got
too.
a lot. I got lots
Me
to
too.
offer.
I have a lot to offer.
I think so. I think they're for sure. There's
I
some
think
kind of,
there
like-
is
I think
a
it's real.
function inside of the government for sure, but I think a lot of the stuff
I-
about the Illuminati is just people
I don't-
guessing and they have no idea.
I don't think it's the government though.
I
No,
don't
I think
think
it's people who
it's-
I think it's
control. Like,
just-
I think
yeah,
it's
it's
higher
just-
than the government.
Yeah, I think it's just a bunch
Oh,
of
higher?
I think it's just a whole bunch of the most wealthiest people.
Who like who shape,
Uh,
like things in the
who
world,
can
like
control
like
everything.
Kanye, like Kim Kardashian, Jay-Z,
like fucking
fucking Miley Cyrus,
all
Musk,
movie stars. Interesting.
Elon Musk.
Musk is probably in the Illuminati.
Did you say movie
Mm.
stars? Not a single one of those are movie stars.
Uh,
Bezos is probably in that bitch.
influence artists.
But yeah, I definitely think so. There's definitely. I mean, look at the dollar bill. Why is there Illuminati on the dollar
I don't
bill?
think it's I don't think it's like government orientated. I think it's
No, it's
more
not
just
government.
like celebrity shit.
Yeah,
Of like their
it's
weird
just rich
sex
people.
rings and shit.
Like their clubs, like their high clubs.
It's how they organize their orgies.
Like why was Epstein around so long? You know?
You think he was a part of the Illuminati?
No,
Yeah,
he's
100%.
definitely well, yeah,
Oh,
the celebrity
Epstein
sex
Island
ring.
is where they had meetings for Illuminati.
You think the Epstein Island was actually just the Illuminati like clubhouse?
Yeah, it's where they had meetings.
Does that mean
It's where
Stephen
they
Hawking
plan-
is part of the Illuminati?
Uh-huh.
Yes, 100%.
But he was also getting a little freaky.
Stephen Hawking definitely is.
Stephen Hawking for sure was. There's no shot.
Wait, that's it. Epstein Island is where the Illuminati members go to blow off steam. It's where they organize their orgies.
I just said it's their clubhouse.
Blow off steam. That's crazy.
Have orgies.
Yeah. I mean, shit. If I was an Illuminati, you would.
Where
What?
Epstein's Island?
Wait, Espyn, you gotta finish that
Where are you
sentence. It's too much up for the interpretation there.
Anyways, on to the next topic.
Oh,
That's
wait,
what-
hold
there
on.
are kids on that
Epstein's
island.
island was used for. I don't think you guys understand.
I just said like, if I was an Illuminati, that'd be lit. Like, I'd be down. That's what I said.
Espyn, don't do
Stop
that.
talking. Just stop talking.
Dude, that's fucked.
Okay.
Yeah,
You wouldn't be part of the Illuminati if you were asked.
No,
Not on Epstein's island, no.
no.
Too much
Epstein's-
responsibility.
do you even know
Take
what
away-
Epstein's island
Take
is?
away the Epstein. I was joking with the Epstein Island.
You saying
Take
that
away
made
that.
it worse.
Take away Epstein Island.
Then
Would
yes,
you
I would
join
be
the
Illuminati.
Illuminati?
100%.
No, too much responsibility.
I would.
But
join.
you, I
I'd
feel
have to
like you
like
wouldn't
fucking.
have.
I'd have to like drink
would-
goat blood and shit. I don't fuck with
You would drink
I don't
goat
fuck
blood?
with that.
Crazy.
Even if it like made you like hella rich, you know, what you want to
it.
sell
I
your
don't
I'm
soul.
with
care,
you.
man.
I would- 100%.
If it was, would you be like terrified to know like that's the thing? Like if they came out and like yeah, that's true. Like with that,
Not
would you
really,
be afraid of
because
it?
like,
Huh?
what would they have on me?
Like say like they
Algorithm.
were like controlling everything we believed in, the way we like acted, and like
What
the
if
stuff
the
that was fed.
Illuminati made up God?
Exactly, like, it could be. What if God was all just like a
That would
construct?
be
Well, then I'm an
The
insane.
atheist.
Bible was made by the Illuminati, you know, like with that.
Not surprising.
I would be afraid. I'd be like, what else did they implant into
The
my
moon
I
landing,
was-
because it was faked.
I just be like, man, there's like,
The
you
fake
know,
moon, the moon landing, bro.
I'd be like,
That's-
shit, I got work at
they
6.
planned
I don't really care.
I got bills to pay.
yeah, there's other shit going on. I don't
I
really
don't
care
really
about
care,
this
honestly.
religion shit.
Well, speaking of fears, does anyone here have like?
Nobody said fear.
Nobody ever brought up fear.
I said I'd be afraid of it.
Oh, you brought up fear. Okay.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
Good
I
segue.
was-
Good segue.
I was segueing,
Dude,
asshole.
I'm so aware of your segues now. That's fucked.
It was so fluid that you didn't even notice I
Well,
brought up.
no, because you brought it.
It was out of the blue.
Okay, anyways, speaking of fears, does anyone here have like irrational fears or like any like crazy thing that they're like really like afraid of, like heights or anything?
Like phobias?
Yeah,
I know
phobias.
Zach's. Oh, well.
What? Oh, now hold on a second. What were you gonna say?
What?
And
Yeah, what were you
then,
saying?
keep going.
Zach, do you have any phobias? Anything you're afraid of, like heights?
I used to be scared of heights, but it wasn't like extremely like a phobia. It was just like a thing where I was uncomfortable.
like my mom. My mom is terrified of trains.
What?
Trains.
Like Thomas?
Like being on one?
like not even just being on one. Seeing a train, hearing the
Saying
train,
one?
being next to the train. Like there was a time when I was taken to diving practice, and on the way there, you know, like every now and then you get like stopped at like a train track like thing where they go down,
Yeah.
right? Well, we were stopped on top of a train track. Like nothing was like going off or anything. Like there wasn't any trains coming, but we were just sitting on the train track. And I knew for a while that my mom was like, I didn't really believe her, but she was like, "Oh, I'm afraid of trains." I was like, "Yeah, okay, mom, you're afraid of trains." Like funny, like.
You dick.
And then
Yeah.
no, no one like come on, it's trains. Like
Trains.
Thomas is dope. But we sat there. And the moment we got onto the train track and we were like stuck behind a car, my mom started like hyperventilating. And I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Then she started like full on like having a panic attack. I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?" She goes, "We're on a train track." I'm losing it. Like we're on a train track. I was like, "Mom, like there's no trains around." She's like, just the idea like of a train coming or like her like being near like anything near trains, like she full on goes into a mental breakdown. Like
So
I absolutely hate it.
if you just like turn on Thomas the train engine, she'd just be like terrified and run out of the room.
I think so. Like if she would hear like the choo choo like that thing,
She'd be like,
she would
runs
she would be
away.
like she would instantly like start like she would hate it.
Dude,
Damn.
both ways,
That's a
fast
crazy. What happened?
I don't know. She won't tell. Like we
what
told her,
happened
I
with her
was like,
train?
did something happen when you were a kid? And she's like, no, I just for the longest time I've always been afraid of trains. And like there had to have been something
Something
that
had to
you
happen.
like,
Speak
well,
that.
like,
Speak that word.
something happened to happen. But she refuses to say that anything ever happened. Like you don't have any like type of fears like that.
No.
Really
Well,
know
maybe-
anyone with fears.
But maybe
I'm
like
not-
she had like a very close call, a very close call with a train before.
I don't know, not that I know of. But and no one has
I-
like no one knows anyone. Like your sister doesn't have one, Zach. Or like
Oh man.
not a train.
Not that I can fit. Well, this isn't a phobia. Well, it might be a phobia. She's scared of the dark. Like even still, you know.
yeah, Zach, is
Like-
it just me or do I feel like Connor, our roommate,
you bring
is
this up a
afraid of the dark?
lot. You
Is
bring
it,
this
is
up.
it just me or is he?
I
Is he
don't
afraid
think
of the dark?
Connor's afraid of the dark.
Oh, he's not.
I've
He literally watched a
never-
horror movie in pitch black.
I've never seen him sleep with the lights off.
That's true. I haven't seen him sleep with
You
the
watch
lights
him
off
sleep
either.
often?
No, but
Well, no,
I'll come home from work
like
Whoa.
walk home
From
work.
his lights on.
and his lights will just be on, and I like open his door, like, "Hey, you awake?" I'm like, "Oh, he's asleep," and like just never turns off his light. His bathroom light's always on. Like he just doesn't turn off his lights.
He definitely doesn't turn off the lights. However, I don't think he's scared of them though, because he definitely does sleep with them off sometimes. And like 2 days ago, he watched a horror movie in
Lazy.
pitch black. So
I don't
I
know.
think
It's
that
sus.
proves that wrong.
It's sus. I don't know.
But
I
my
was-
sister though, she's like still scared of the dark. Like she'll run, like if she turns off the light, she'll run inside. Or like if she's like gonna go turn off the kitchen light, she's like, Zach, come with me. I'm like, what? No, just go do it. She's like, no, I don't want to. And I think it's more of like you're not scared of the dark, but you're scared of what could be in the dark, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like a rational
like-
fear. That's one that she has for sure, but I don't
I
have.
definitely had that as a kid, like thinking I
Yeah.
saw something that I didn't see. You know what I think stemmed that from me as a kid? When I was in New Mexico, I would obviously like spend time with my nana, and I would live in her house for like a couple months or so during like summer and stuff. And I'm pretty sure my poppy like sleptwalk or something. Like he sleepwalks or something. And I remember one night I was sleeping on the couch because I had to. I drew the wrong straw or something, and I had to sleep on the couch. And I remember like opening my eye, like I was sleeping, and I remember opening my eyes, and I just see my poppy just standing there in like the middle of the hallway, just like he's got his glasses on, and almost like I can see like a reflection off his glasses. And I just remember like he was just standing there. And I was like, why is this motherfucker like just watching me like right now? Like I didn't know genuinely if I was like seeing things or if he was like legitimately there. So I just like went back to sleep. And I think ever since then, like I would
You
see
didn't-
things.
You
It's
didn't
like,
talk to him and be like,
Enough.
hey, what's up?
Hey,
no, I didn't want to say
Going
anything because I didn't want to be like,
up.
yo, I was afraid.
Yeah.
Like I was a little kid, you know. I was afraid to say anything. What if he like was like a ghost or something?
Attacked
you?
you?
Know? You know?
What if
Oh.
he attacked you for saying that?
Hey,
Oh,
say-
Hey, what's up? Ah! And just
But like
jumps
he
on you.
wasn't like close to me. He was like in the far distance.
Oh,
like-
that's even worse.
Like
Wait,
I
so
could-
like, did you like wake up from like a noise he made, or you just like
no,
happened to
like
wake
I
up?
would. I just remember like opening my eyes at some point because like I wasn't fully asleep yet, and I just see him there, and I was like, why is this man just staring at me like ominously? Like it was.
Wait,
it was
so you
weird.
could see him like decently well, like in the dark, or probably like, a
Yeah, and
silhouette?
he wears glasses. So like anything that was like light would like reflect off his glasses, and I remember seeing like a little like shine off of his glasses. I was like, this is weird. Why is this man staring at me?
Yeah. Do you know if you saw his eyes open?
I don't fucking know. It was dark.
Maybe
I
he
just
was
remember seeing his
sleepwalking, bro.
glasses. I thought he was like sleepwalking or just was like watching.
That's a bit
me.
creepy.
It was.
Watching you
It
in
was. It
sleep.
was. It was a little weird, but I just pinned it off of like maybe he was sleepwalking or something, you know.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
like
Yeah.
I definitely
haven't had
People
any
who
fears like
people
that.
who watch you sleep are weird.
yeah. I watch Zach sleep every now and then. Anyways, Max, you don't have any fears
What?
or anything?
I watch
there's-
horror movies most of my
That's
time.
true.
What
That's
do you
true.
think I'm afraid of?
Yeah,
I'm so fear of
you don't like
grapes.
you never like watched a movie even like that stemmed a fear.
Maybe when I was like a little boy, but
A
not
young
really.
Like you remember any like fears that you had as a kid?
Not really.
Have you
Man,
ever
y'all
seen
boring?
the clip of somebody who's like
Clip?
terrified of olives? Clip, like a video.
Oh, fine.
Oh.
I have one thing, right? I'm afraid
You're terrified of pickles.
being in go and
You're afraid of being in Mexico.
being murdered about the right. Hell,
So you would never go to
Oh.
Mexico ever?
I go to Mexico, but there's obviously there's places that you will never go to,
Mm.
Okay,
and my fear is
fair.
being in a place like that.
understandable.
That's
I
fair.
feel like I would be terrified of being buried alive, but I don't know. I don't think it's irrational. You know.
Yeah, I
So,
feel like claustrophobic. Are you claustrophobic ever?
sometimes not as bad as some people, but I don't like being in tight spaces.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Ribbon, you don't got any fears?
I used to. When I was a kid, I was scared of the dark, but that's because, okay, me and my family went camping in Montana, and I was with my cousin for some reason on like this dark trail with like little lights on it, or not like street lights. And we were walking, and then the lights just all of a sudden went out, and then my cousin starts fucking running, and I'm like, what the fuck? But I'm small, and I just cannot keep up with him, so he just runs and disappears, and I'm just alone in the dark, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? So I just keep like wandering this path, and then he pops out at me from like a bush, and then ever since then I was just kind of scared of it, but
What a dick.
I grew out of it.
How old was your cousin? Like,
Oh, he's like, it's probably like 15, and I was like probably 10.
okay.
Interesting.
Well,
I saw.
Espyn,
okay. Well,
Swagway.
God, I really have no segues at all.
You know segues?
This one's kind of gonna be like a question that I don't know how many of us are gonna really be able to talk about because I don't know who's listened to it. But I'm curious. I do want to know like Raven's thoughts and Max's thoughts.
I know what
Yeah,
you're
fuck
Um,
you two. Fuck.
I know
you.
what you're gonna ask.
Fuck
I
you.
know I know
Wow.
these two haven't listened to it, so like
Is it the
A
is
new
it the one
album
where
that
you
dropped.
there was a new
Is it
album
the one
that
where you brought
dropped.
up, this is not a drill?
This is not, bro. I was so excited, bro. If anyone who's like a
Has
Gambino,
arrived.
Looking very
if anyone,
Connor.
yeah, okay. If anyone who's a Childish Gambino fan heard that he was dropping an album, everyone's gonna be excited.
I thought it was gonna be
It
like a
wasn't as
juicy
good as I
topic.
hoped for, bro.
I just want to know your thoughts, Raven, on the Gambino album.
I
Like,
said
what
I
were
wasn't
you-
feeling it.
Bro, I mean, my too.
Yeah, it's definitely. It still gave me a little bit of like Redbone vibe, like that album. Like
Yeah, it was a good album, right? There wasn't a song that was like, damn.
I really liked his song
That's
with
a great
21.
song.
His song with 21 was good.
It was a little
wasn't
too
that good.
experimental for my taste.
You really?
it wasn't
I
that good.
like it when Gambino gets experimental though. I like it when he like tries to not fit in one box, you know?
Like it's a good album, but nothing that I'd put on the playlist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, I put Little Foot Bigfoot on my playlist.
Little foot, big foot.
Cannot
That
do
tra-
it.
that music video was really cool too though. His like choreography is so good, like his dancing and shit. But nah, I was
alright.
and also it wasn't like I wouldn't call it the new album because it was an album that he already released.
It's
that
just
he
a remastered.
New album.
Yeah, he just remastered his old album. Like it wasn't finished. So we'll get the actual like new Gambino stuff, with the Kanye song and all that.
It was all right.
Yeah, I'm excited for that album. That'll be good. Raven, do you think he's gonna drop the second album before the tour or after the tour?
Definitely before.
You think so?
He said summer, right? And he gets here in September. So definitely
Yeah,
before.
I don't think there's any way he'll make one and not have new like stuff out.
Yeah. Well, I don't really have much more to talk about. Honestly, we're at that hour
Yeah,
mark.
bro? I said,
We are at that hour mark.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is
So,
about
like-
that time.
I feel like we hit a good we had a good stroll for a bit. You know.
We went on a bunch of tangents for sure.
Yeah, I'm down to call it at a good. I don't want to stretch it too long if we don't have any like crazy topics, you know. So I say we bring out that motherfucking wheel, and we see who's getting the fucking pod next week. You know,
What's the wheel called?
The
what do we call the wheel? The wheel of destiny.
It's
Is
just
that what you
the
call
wheel-
it?
it's just the wheel.
That is what I called it. Yeah.
Just
No,
Bring
the
out the
wheel of
wheel of destiny.
Let's spin.
Spin that wheel.
Let's see. My fingers are crossed.
All right, so we have Raven,
Same.
Zach, or Max.
My
And
fingers are
by
crossed.
elimination.
It's gonna be a
by
tough one.
who's it gonna be?
Probably Raven.
Pick me. Pick
Pick
me.
me, pick
Come on,
me.
come on.
Yeah.
God damn it. No.
It is not gonna be Raven.
Oh,
I
Zach.
mean, it's either gonna be Max or
Oh,
Zach.
man.
Pick me.
Not
Zach,
good.
you were after me last time.
Pick me.
Why are you gonna be after me again?
Pick me, pick me.
Yeah, no!
Oh, baby!
Oh my god, that's so.
It's Zach.
Let's go.
Bro, the
Zach is
upset of
gonna
the
be-
century.
Let's go. No, it wasn't
Damn.
an upset. It was meant to be. Let's go.
That's crazy.
That's annoying.
That is wild.
It
It
was meant to
literally
be, Zach.
it blue balled you so
Right.
hard.
So currently we're following Espyn first, then me. So let's see. I think was Kyle after me last time?
Nah, because
Yeah.
we broke it because it was Kyle last time. And
Oh yeah,
Kyle's the only-
I was after you
you're right.
last time, but I was
the first person to
for
do.
this for last. episode.
Bummer.
Mhm.
All right. Well, next week we will have an interesting podcast to talk about.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well,
Yeah.
that's all we got for tonight, boys. Let's get out of here.